repeating, sir.
That's all, a repetition. See, if you want to execute set of statements again and again, for that we use loops. If we want to execute some set of statements again and again, several times I want to execute. Okay, I don't have to write all those statements again and again. So what I can do is I can put it in a loop, and I can, depending on the number of times you want to execute, you can give some condition. Then in that loop, the set of statements will be executed multiple times. Okay, so here in C language, we have three different loops. So one we call it as while loop, the other one is do while, the other one is for loop. So let us see each and every loop with its syntax and some example. Okay, so now look at this. This is called as while loop. While, you have to write while is a keyword, while some expression, test expression, some condition you mention. So depending if the condition is true, then the set of statements inside these flower brackets will get executed. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, as long as the condition is true, the set of statements will be executed. Okay, so if I put it in a flow chart, it is something like this. Okay, so if the test expression, whatever expression is you're writing, if that is true, will be executed. Okay, and then the control will again go to this condition. So it checks for the condition for the next time. If it is as long as it is true, it will keep on executing the set of statements in the loop in the body. Okay, and if the condition happens to be false, if the condition happens to be false, then it will come out of that loop. So we'll see a simple example. Okay, we'll see a simple example to understand how your your while loop will work. Okay, so look at this. Look at this program, simple program. So what is the condition here that I'm mentioning here? Look at this program, and what is the condition that I'm mentioning here?
I less than or equal to 5.
I less than or equal to 5. So initially I is initialized to 1 first. I is initialized to 1 first. So can you tell me, I mean the output is written on the screen, but it will print the I value, and then what happens? Can you tell me what is happening in the body? It will print the I value, and then it I value is incremented. I mean, do you know about plus I? I told you unary operators. We have unary operators. Plus I means it will increment the I value by 1. And after incrementing the I value by 1, where the control goes?
Again, I will become 1, sir. Then again increment, then it will.
Yeah, again it will check the condition whether it is less than or equal to 5 or not. So this loop will repeat. How many times this loop will be repeated?
Till the condition is true.
When the condition is false or true? Until, I mean, till it is true, yeah, of course. And if it becomes false, it will come out of the loop. So what if the output of this program is 1 to 5, these numbers? So can you tell me what is the value of I at the end of this program? What is the value of I at the end of this program?
5.
Is it 5?
Sir, it's 4, sir.
No, no. If it is
4, 4.
5 also, is it 4? See, if it is 5, then it will print 5. After that, I will be incremented by
6, 1.
yeah, by 1, so it becomes 6, and then it checks the condition again. Then it fails, right? Then it will come out of that loop. So by the time the control comes out of the loop, what is the value of 5? Carefully think and tell. These kind of questions will be asked in interviews. What is the value of 5 at the end of the loop? When will you come out of the loop when the condition fails? For what value of 5 the condition is failing?
6.
6.
6. So the value of I is 6, is it not?
Yes, sir.
The value of I becomes 6 at the end of this.
Okay.
Okay. So before going to more examples, say, sorry, please. So now let us go to one more loop. We'll see more examples later. See, as of now, see. So the next syntax is, the next loop that we use is do while. The name is do is a keyword, while is also keyword. That's why he's writing it in a separate color. See, do and while are keywords. Here, what happens is, I mean, can you guess the difference between while loop and do while loop here? Do while, we are writing the condition at the end of the loop, at the end of this loop. So can you guess the definition? Can you guess the difference between the while loop and do while loop?
First, it will check whether the condition is true or first it will filter, then it will check the condition is true or false.
Yes. So at least, so here in this case in do while, the statements are executed at least once. The statements are executed at least once. After executing those statements, it will check for the condition. And if the condition is true, again it will execute the set of statements. Okay, so here the set of statements are executed at least once. So here see, there is a statement written, the loop is executed at least one.
Sir,
Okay.
sir,
Yes,
some
please.
are willing to join, sir.
Okay.
But this class is private.
Yeah, no problem. I'll let them in just. Okay. So the difference between while and do while is the set of statements will be executed at least once. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll look one example, and before that we'll go for the flowchart, see how it works. So do while loop body. First it will execute the set of statements, and then it will check the expression. If the condition is true, again it will go and execute the set of statements. And this loop will continue until the test condition or the test expression becomes false. Okay, so we'll look at a simple example. See, now there is a program written here. See, the program is to add the numbers until the user enters 0. Now look at this. What in the declaration part? What is the what do you mean by double? Did you get any introduction regarding float, double, integer?
Yes, sir.
So what do you mean by double number? So
Double means it takes more
Double.
bytes.
More.
Yeah. We can store a bigger
Decimal
value.
point.
After decimal point, we can give more number of digits there. Compared to float, double is nothing but we can include more number of digits after the decimal point. Okay. So that is the difference. So double numbers and sum equals to 0. So what is it asking? Can you tell me what is the body of the loop? What is the body of the loop? So what is the first statement that will be printed?
Enter a number.
Enter a number that is stored in, see, percentile LF stands for long float. This is used when you declare a variable as a double. For example, percentile D is used when a variable is declared as integer. Similarly, for floating point values, for floating point variables, what do we use? In scanf, what do we use for floating point values?
%f.
That's all, percentile F. And percentile LF is used for this type of data types, double. Okay. So you're storing that in the number. And what is the meaning of this statement? Sum plus is equal to number?
Sum is equals to sum plus number.
Yeah, sum is equal to sum plus number. And after that, what is this condition while? What is this expression here? See, this is nothing but not equal to. While the number is not equal to 0.0, that means what? If the entered number, whatever number that we enter, if it is not equals to 0, then what happens? Look at this. What is this condition? Number is not equals to 0. What do you mean by this? If the number is not equals to 0, then the condition becomes true. Will the condition become true or false if the number is not equals to 0?
True.
True. Then what happens? Then again it goes back and it will execute all the set of numbers. I mean all the statements it will execute. This set of, this execution will go on until the number becomes what? Until the number that you enter becomes what?
Is it equal to 0?
If it equals to 0, then it will come out of the loop. Finally, once it comes out of this do while loop, it will print the number. It will print that some value. Okay. So here he is taking some examples. See. So when let's say first time when you ask for enter a number, we are entering 1.5. So will the condition become true or false? If you enter the number 1.5, will the condition become true or false?
True.
The condition is becoming true. Then that means it will again will it go to the loop or will it come out of the loop?
It will go to the loop, sir.
Yeah, it will go to the loop. It will execute a set of statements. So again, it will ask for and enter a number. So again, if I enter 2.4 or minus 3.4 or 4.2, it will keep on executing the set of statements. So then when I enter the number as 0, what happens? When I enter the number as 0, then what happens?
It will stop, sir.
It will stop, it will come out of the loop. So finally, see, every time we are adding that number, sum plus is equal to number means sum is equal to sum plus number. Initial value is 0, so 0 plus 1.5, 1.5 plus 2.4. So if you add all these numbers, the final value will be this one, 4.70. Okay, so this is just one example. We'll cover more examples down the line. This is only to understand what is the syntax of. Now the most widely used loop in C language is for loop, and understand its representation very carefully. Okay. Now how we write this, let us see that. Okay.
Students want to join the meeting, sir.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so let us go for loop C. Let us see the syntax of this for loop. This is the most widely used loop in C language. So this is called as for loop, and the syntax is for initialization. The first one will be initialization, and then comes condition or the test expression, and then update statement. Don't worry about these terminologies. Simply first you have to initialize the variable, and then the condition, and then the updation. Three things you have to write like this. For example, if I want to show you an example, this is how we write. For I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 11, plus I. That means when I is equal to, we are initializing I to 1, and then I less than 11 means it is the condition that we are checking, and then we are incrementing. Okay. Now let us see how the procedure is. How the loop is executed. First, Look
Sir?
at this for this. Yes, please.
Sir, if we write I plus plus, then the loop won't execute, sir.
No, it will execute. So there's a difference between plus plus I and I plus plus. It's a good question. Can I answer it after this program? I mean, let us see the syntax
Okay.
first. That is called post increment, and this is called as pre increment. So increment will be done. So there is a difference there. I'll tell you the difference there. What is the difference? Okay. Just 1 minute. Let us see its syntax now. So for I is equal to 1, I less than 11, and plus plus I, here you can write I plus plus also. Now look at this. Let us see how this execution will be done. So first we'll initialize the expression, and then we'll test the condition. And if the condition is true, it will go to the loop body. It will go to the body of the loop, and then the expression, then the expression is updated. What I'm trying to tell is, for I is equal to 1, first I will be initialized to 1, and then after that the control goes to this checking the condition. It will check whether this I value, which is 1, is less than or equal to 11, and after that the control goes to where? After that, where the control goes, if the condition is true, where it will go?
Update expression.
No, it won't go to update expression. That is the point here. Okay. So it will initialize first. It will check the condition. If the condition is true, immediately it will go to the loop of the body. After executing the loop, after executing the body of the loop, then it will go for this incrementation. Are you understanding this flow? First, what will happen?
First, it will we will assign some value, sir.
You will assign some value. After that, what it will do?
Condition. It will check the condition.
It will check the condition. Note that as long as the condition is true, it will immediately jump to what? If the condition is true, it will immediately jump to what?
It will print the value.
Yeah, it will, I mean, the body, whatever the statements that we write. After executing this body of the loop, then it will go for the incrementation or decrementation. Are you understanding the flow? Initialization, check the condition, then it should immediately go to what?
Body.
After the condition, yeah, it should go to the body of the loop. Okay. So here I is equal to 1. If it will check whether this I value is less than or equal to this 11. So if this condition is true, it will go to the body. In that body, we are writing only one statement, which is printf %d I. So can you guess the output of this program? Even though it is present there, so it will print values from where to where?
1 to 10.
10.
Yeah, that's all. 1 to 10. Okay, and then so at the end of the loop, what is the I value?
10.
Is it 10? If
No,
10
sir, it
is
will
there,
be
it
between
will,
1 to
11,
10.
11, sir. 11.
no, at the end of this loop, the value of I will be what? I'm sorry.
11,
What is the
11.
I? 11. That's all. A condition fail aitane kada. If that condition is failing, then only it will come out of the loop. So by the time the condition is failing, the value of I is what here?
11.
11. That's all. Okay. So this, you have to follow this syntax.
అక్కడ ఐ ప్లస్ ప్లస్ అంటే అప్పుడు 10 సేవ్ అవుతుంది కదా సార్
ఒక్క నిమిషం I ప్లస్ 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 I గురించి I'll just tell you. See, ఇక్కడ in this case I ప్లస్ ప్లస్ నార్మల్గా when we write, for example, if I write y is equal to, let's say I have two variables y and x. If I write y is equal to plus plus x and y is equal to x plus plus, there are two statements, y is equal to x plus plus and y is equal to plus plus x. If I write y is equal to x plus plus, what happens is the x value will be, the x value will be stored in y first, and then after that it will be incremented. If I write y is equal to plus plus x, first x will be incremented and then it will be equated to y. Are you understanding the difference? Y is equal to x plus plus if I have, then what will be equated to x? First the x value will be equated to the x value will be equated to y, and then x will increment. After equalization, after equal condition is satisfied, then it goes for increment. So what I'm telling is I have two statements, y is equal to x plus plus and y is equal to plus plus x. let's say x is equal to 5. Then can you tell me what is the value of y? If y is equal to x plus plus is there?
5.
Yeah, y is equal to x plus plus means it will first that x value will be equated to y. That means y will become 5. But if I write y is equal to plus plus x, what will be equated to y?
6.
6 will be equated to y. So after this, after these conditions are satisfied, if I write, if I say y is equal to x plus plus, after the statement is executed, the value of y and x are what?
Equal.
If no, y is equal to x plus plus means x will be equated to y and then x will be incremented. So if I say x is equal to 5, what will be equated to y if I say y is equal to x plus plus?
Sir, y equal to 5, x equal to 6, sir.
Yeah, y is equal to 5, x equal to 6, absolutely. But if I write y is equal to plus plus x, what happens?
Y equal to 6, x equal to 6.
Y is equal to 6, x is equal to 6, that's all. Yeah, that is what I'm expecting. Okay, so, yeah. So, one more for loop is given here, see. Do not look at the, can you tell me what is the output of this program? Look at the statement properly. So I'm taking the three variables, three variables, num, count, comma, sum, and I'm equating sum to 0. I'm asking to enter one positive value, enter a positive integer. In which variable I'm storing that? In which variable I'm
Integer.
storing? Which variable? I'm having three variables here. In which variable I'm storing that?
Num.
Num. I'm storing that is in num. Now see, look at this for loop. Okay. So for count is equal to 1, count less than or equal to num. So count is initialized to 1, is 1. Let's say I'm entering 5. Let's say I'm entering 5. Let's say I'm entering a number 5, which is stored in num. Now look at this condition, what happens? 1 is less than or equal to 5, the condition is true. When the condition is true, where the control goes?
It will print, sir.
Yeah,
Body.
it will go to the body of the loop. What is present in the body of the loop? Sum plus is equal to count.
Plus count.
Sum is equal to sum plus count. That means sum is equal to, sum is initial value of sum is 0. So 0 plus, what is the value of count?
What we enter? Count is equals to 1.
Count 1, sir.
Count is 1, so sum will become 1, right?
సార్ ఇది ఇన్ఫినిటీ పోతూనే
Yes,
ఉంటుంది
sir,
కదా
1
సార్
equal to
లోపు.
1 వస్తుంది.
లేదు, ఇన్ఫినిటీ వెళ్ళదు, చూద్దాం why whether it goes to infinity. Sum becomes 1. Do you agree with me? Inside
Yes,
that
sir.
body of the loop,
Yes, sir.
sum becomes
0 plus
1.
1.
0 plus 1, sum is becoming 1. After this, where the control goes, as far as our for syntax is concerned,
ప్లస్ కౌంట్ సార్.
it will go to plus plus count. That means it will increment the value by 1. Count is incremented by 1, then it becomes 2. So again, that condition is, it will check for the condition next. So is the condition satisfied again? Is 2 less than or equal to 5? Is the condition satisfied? Now
Yes,
count
sir.
becomes 2, 2 less than or equal to 5, then sum
Yes,
is
sir.
equal to sum plus count. What is the value of sum now in the second iteration? 2. 2, so sum is equal to, sum is 2 plus count is also, initially the sum value is 1, right? Is it not?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Initial
Sir,
value is
initial
1.
sum 0 na, sir.
ఫస్ట్ కేసులో సమ్ 0 అమ్మా, కానీ ఒక్కసారి వన్స్ ద బాడీ ఇస్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్ సమ్ ఇస్ బికమింగ్ 1, రైట్? ఇన్ ద ఫస్ట్ ఇటరేషన్. Iteration means once that one round of execution of body we call it as iteration. So sum is becoming sum is equal to sum plus count. So sum initial value of count is 1, sum is 0. So sum is becoming 1, right, initially.
Yes, sir.
So in the next case, sum is equal to sum plus count. What will you get? Sum is equal to, what is the value of sum?
2.
Initially?
Initially
Before
one,
that,
next
yeah,
two.
initially 1 plus count value. What is the count value?
Okay, 2.
2. So the value is 1 plus 2. Is it not? Sum becomes 1 plus 2.
Okay, yes sir.
కేర్ఫుల్గా చూడండి అమ్మా 1 plus 2. నెక్స్ట్ థర్డ్ కండిషన్లో ఏమవుతుంది? Again it will increment, count becomes 3 now. What will be the value of sum now? Carefully observe, it's a very simple program. Count, see we are starting with count is equal to 1 and num, let's say the NUM is let's say 5. Check the condition, 1 is less than or equal to 5, yes it is true. Then it goes to the body. Sum is equal to sum plus count. So initially sum is 0, 0 plus count means 1. So sum is 1. So when I execute the body once, what is the value of sum?
1.
1. Now after that I'm incrementing count, so it becomes 2. Now check the condition again. Is 2 less than or equal to 5? Yes, it is true. Then sum is equal to sum plus count. So sum is equal to, what is the value of sum previously?
1.
After first round? 1. 1 plus, what is the value of count now? 2. So after second execution, can I say the value of sum is 1 plus 2?
Yes sir.
After third execution, can you tell me what is the value of sum?
3.
I mean, sum is equal to 1 plus 2 plus count value becomes 3, but before that the sum value is 1 plus 2, is it not?
Yes sir.
So can I say the value of sum will be 1 plus 2 plus,
Again, when we execute, we'll take sum as 3, sir.
yeah, it will take, yeah, I mean, see it, what we are doing is sum is equal to sum plus count, right? So what is stored actually in sum, before this execution, there is whatever the value is there, that will be stored in sum. For example, when you say count is, see I'm incrementing the count by 1. So initially the count is 1 and if I increment the value by 1, it becomes 2. Now what happens, 2 is less than or equal to 5, the condition is true, it goes to sum plus is equal to count. That means sum is equal to sum plus count. What is the value of sum and what is the value of count? Can you tell me? During second round, what is the value of sum and what is the value of count? Don't get confused here.
Sum is equals to 1, sir. Count is equals to
Sum
2.
will be 1, but what about count?
Count will be incremented by 1. So it will become
So
2, sir.
so it becomes what now? In the second round, what is the count? What is the value of count?
2.
2. So the sum will become 1 plus 2, yes or no? Sum is equal to sum plus
Yes,
count,
sir.
1 plus 2. In third iteration or in third round, what is the value of count?
Value of count will be 3, sir, and sum is equals to 3.
Sum is equal to 3, that means 1 plus 2. Let me write as 1 plus 2, I'll tell you why. So is the sum value 1 plus 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So after third round, after the finishing the third round, sum will be equal to what? 1 plus 2 plus
1 plus 2 plus 3.
3. Similarly, after fourth round, it will be
1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4.
4. Similarly, after fifth round, I mean, when the count becomes 5, it becomes what? 1 plus 2 and so on up to 5. Okay? Then the count becomes 6. When the count becomes 6, what happens to this condition? When the count becomes 6 value, when the count from 5 to 6, when it is incremented by 1, when it becomes 6, the condition fails, yes or no? Because what is the condition? Count must be less than or equal to num, NUM. And if the count becomes 6 and the number is 5, can I say the condition fails?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now at the end of this execution, what we get is 1 plus 2 and so on up to 5.
Sir, less
It
than
is the
5 and ఎలా చెప్తున్నారు సార్? Less than 5.
less than 5 అని ఎక్కడమ్మా? ఇప్పుడు నువ్వే చూడమ్మా, ఫస్ట్ కౌంట్ వాల్యూ ఏమవుతుంది ఫస్ట్ ఇటరేషన్లో? ఇటరేషన్ అంటే ఫస్ట్ రౌండ్ అనమాట. When the count is becoming 1, okay, so you are executing the set of statements. I mean, we are checking the condition. If the condition is true, we are executing the set of statements. See, count every time we are incrementing by what? Count to pratisar incrementing by how much we are incrementing?
1, sir. 1.
1, right? So it is starting from 1, it is becoming 2, it is 3, it is becoming 4 and 5. And finally, when it becomes 6, look at this condition. What is the value of the number that we are taking here, for example?
5.
5, and the count is becoming 6. Is the condition true? Is the condition becoming true or false here?
False.
Mere cheppandamma, count is 6. Is 6 less than or equal to 5? Simple condition amma. Ikkada count every time you are incrementing, right? By the time when it reaches 6, is it satisfying this condition?
No, sir.
So when the condition is failed, then what happens to the for loop? In fact, for any
Won't
loop,
execute, sir. It come out of the loop.
it will come out of the loop. Ade cheptunnanu, 6 is less than or equal to 5 fail avutundi, then it comes out of that. Okay, so by the time it comes out of the loop, what is the value of count there?
6.
6. That is what I'm trying to tell. But what is the value of sum? Sum is equal to 1 plus 2 and so on up to 5. 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on up to 5. Okay, so is it not the sum of first 5 natural numbers? Is it not the sum of first n natural numbers, first 5 natural numbers? What is the sum of first n natural numbers? You might have studied, right? What is the sum of first n natural numbers?
N into n plus 1 by 2.
That's all. Here also 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 5. So n means 5. So what is the sum of first 5 natural numbers? 5 into 5 plus 6. So that will give you 15. So if I enter 10 here, if I give the NUM as 10, what is the value of what is the output here?
Sum of first 10 natural numbers.
10 natural numbers. That means 10 into 11 by 2, right? It becomes 55. So if you enter 10 here, it will give you 55. Sum will be printed as 55. Okay. So now what we'll do is we will stop
Sir,
here. I have a class.
for loop చూపించండి సార్ పైన.
చెప్పండి ఫర్ లూప్.
అక్కడ మనము నంబర్ ముందే అసైన్ చేసేసుకుంటున్నాం కదా సార్.
అవునమ్మా.
10 ప్రింట్ చేసినాం అనుకో సార్, సపోజ్ ఎంటర్ పాజిటివ్ నంబర్.
అప్పుడు
సమ్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు ఫస్ట్ 10 నేచురల్ నంబర్స్ అట్లా అవుతుంది సార్.
అంతే, సమ్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఫస్ట్ 10 సమ్ ఆఫ్ ఫస్ట్ 10 నేచురల్ నంబర్స్.
అదే డౌట్ ఉండే సార్ అందుకు.
అదే అమ్మా, ఒకసారి లూప్ ఒకసారి నువ్వు ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చూడు. ఇది కొద్దిగా స్టాండర్డ్ వెబ్సైట్ విచ్ వి కాల్ ఇట్ as programmers.com. ఇందులో జస్ట్ ఐమ్ టేకింగ్ ది సేమ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ హియర్. Next week what I do is I'll get you more examples from some textbook examples I'll get you, and we'll write this some programs based on these loops. Okay, but for time being I'm just for syntax purposes I'm showing you online like this. Next week I'll get you some book. By the way, did I give you any book previously? ఏదైనా బుక్ ఇచ్చానా మీకు సి లాంగ్వేజ్ గురించి?
లేదు సార్, కాలేజ్ లో
లేదు సార్. ఓకే. నేను after some maybe today if I'm free I'll send you one text book. The text book is called Sham series. See, in engineering మీరు ECA na, you are from ECE branch only, right?
Yes sir.
Okay, in engineering when you come to here we'll meet down the line. Okay, as of now since you are first year people we have very less access to you. When you come here you will come across some standard textbooks called as Sham series, SHAUMS. So down the line when you write GATE or IES exam, these are the textbooks that are prescribed. Even when you go to any big institute also they'll prescribe the same textbooks. Okay, so fortunately we have the same Sham series for C language also, in which we have many examples. So fortunately I have that book with me as a soft copy. I'll share that PDF with you if possibly today only. You go, we'll try to execute all those programs so that you'll get more knowledge.
Okay.
Ardhamatna Babu?
Yes sir.
So as of now we'll stop today. See, I have one more class. So we'll stop and the next class we'll do, and don't worry about completion of syllabus. See, within 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. చెప్పండమ్మా.
సార్ ప్రతి కోడ్ తర్వాత ఇక్కడ రిటర్న్ జీరో అని వస్తాం కదా సార్, దాని ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఏంటి?
దీని రిటర్న్ అంటే this is also a function. Slowly we come across this concept called as function. Function అంటే ఏంటంటే when you want to some group of statements we write it under a common name. We call it as function. Slowగా functions అనే ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ వస్తుందమ్మా. ఆ functions లో usually will return some value. That function will do some execution, it will return some value. But in this program we are not returning anything. We are not returning any value to any other function called function. Hence we are writing this as return 0. మామూలుగా in the future after some point, after some time we'll come across something called as functions. And in functions, we write return of something, return some value. Whatever we are finding in this function will return that value. But here I'm not returning any value to any function. That's why I'm writing return 0. It doesn't have any significance as far as this program is concerned. But when we talk about functions, we do have a significance. We'll come across that
ఒకవేళ
down the line.
ఇప్పుడు అది రాకపోయినా కూడా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది సార్ మరి కోడ్
బ్రహ్మాండంగా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. యూ జస్ట్ చెక్ ఇట్ అవుట్. యూ జస్ట్ రిమూవ్ దట్, ఈ బ్రహ్మాండంగా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. అంటే ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్. ఇక్కడ మీరు ఇక్కడ ఈ మెయిన్ ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది కదమ్మా, ఇక్కడ if I write void main, then void means it will not return any value. Then I can simply don't write, there's no need to write any return statement. But ikkada, since I am writing integer main function, we are expecting one value from this function. That's why this fellow is writing it as integer 0. ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇక్కడ మీరు రాయొద్దు అనుకుంటే ఇక్కడ ఏం రాయాలి మీరు? వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ యూ హావ్ టు రైట్?
void main.
Void main and write. If you want to write this, you write as void main. But if you were writing as integer or floating point, it is better to include this one. లేకపోతే సింపుల్ గా ఇంట్ తీసేయండి. సమ్ కంపైలర్స్ will accept it or some compilers will not. Better void main and రాయండి. You don't write integer 0 as of now. When we talk about functions, we'll look into all those things. What do you mean by this return statement? It depends on return 0 అన్నాం కదా ఇక్కడ. ఇక్కడ what type of value are we returning here? 0 is an integer value, yes or no?
yes
Okay, so it depends on this value amount. That's why, so when we talk about functions, I'll explain you more carefully. So as of now, we'll stop here, see, and I'll share a PDF with you down the line. No, not down the line, possibly today itself. Today if I'm busy, or else tomorrow also, you just remind me. I'll just forward that book with you. I have that book with me. It is a very good book. It will give you very good information. Okay, so next week we'll execute more number of programs based on these loops. I'll possibly will try to execute the loop programs from the test book that I'm going to give you. Okay, so we'll stop now. So we'll see you in the next week. Okay, now you can leave now.
Okay.